What's up guys, it's your boy Honorable Good Luck and I'm here once again to do what I love doing best. And I'm here to talk about my people, my culture, my origin, my history, my ancestors, my continent, in fact the world at large, Africa, Europe, Germany, Asia. Mention it, I'm just talking about what's happening in the world. As you all know, I love culture, I love tradition. I love learning different things and I love to know what's happening. So now we're going to talk about something entirely different today. You know, whenever I look at Nigerian girls, you know, I'm from Nigeria, I'm a Nigerian guy from Congo State, 20%. You know, I look at Nigerian girls. Is there any Nigerian girls? No. You know, I look at the Ghanaian girls, so I look at South African girls, I look at Liberian girls, I look at the Italian girls, France, the United States girls too. Let's say the girls in UK, girls in Italy, girls in Brazil. Yeah, I think there are specific countries that actually know what I'm about to say. These particular girls, they love doing BBL. You know what BBL is? Most of them want to go yash. Then just put it out because that's the way they love saying it. I want my yash to be big. I want my yash to be big. Yash. You know, most of them actually like it whenever it's big. You know, they feel it makes them special. They feel it makes them more beautiful. They feel it makes them more gorgeous and sexy and stuff. But well, it does to some people, and some people it actually spoils their shape, it spoils their beauty. In fact, it kills most people because if it's not properly done, most of them tend to lose their life right there because their backside tends to decay and, you know, maggots, mucus, and all of that things tends to come and develop in that part of the body. But what we're going to be talking about today is kind of related to it. So let me take you back to, let's travel down to South Africa. So in South Africa, I won't mention the woman's name. So once I'm done with my story, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to mention her name. I'm going to tell you about it. There's a particular woman in South Africa. She was lured to travel down to Europe. You know, everybody wants to go to Europe now. You know, a lot of us want to live big life. One of us talking like the British. You know, saying keep me from and then they go wrong. You know, now you know that they're accent now, and you want to be, hey, fam, what's your problem, man? I'm gonna, you know, everybody wants to go to Europe and. Everyone wants to go to Europe and enjoy. So this girl was lured. She was lured to come to Europe. That was in the 80s. She was lured to Europe then, and when she got to Europe, what she was told was different from what she saw. And she was told that when you get there, don't worry, you have a lot of money, you will live large, you will do this, you will do that. But boom, when this girl got to Europe, she was caged. You know when I mean cage, a lot of us, we have dogs and we have pets. And let me use dog as an example, you know. You love your dog so much that you wouldn't want anyone to kill your dog. You wouldn't want your dog to walk into danger. So what would you do? Cage the dog. And at times, you know, whenever the dog is violent, you don't want to cage the dog. So that was what they did to this girl. They caged her. In fact, if she was only caged, it would have been better. But she wasn't caged alone. She was stripped naked. So she was stripped naked and she was caged. Look, I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you just why she was stripped naked and she was caged. She was caged because she had a very, very, very large backside. And let me say it in our Nigerian term. She gave big yash. Not that the backside was just big. It was very, 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 very big. It was very big that, in fact, the Europeans were surprised that how will someone have this kind of backside as big as this? Like, they were very, 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 very surprised. Now, this is the thing, they were not surprised. The truth is they were jealous. Are you with me? They were jealous because how would someone like this have something as big as this? Me as a person, I really don't know what guys fancy in big yash. You know, I really don't know what they fancy in big yash for. The Europeans were actually crazy with what they saw. Then they caged her, they stripped her naked, and then she was used as a form or as a means of entertainment, entertaining people with a big yash. Do you understand? Whenever the Europeans have visitors, I don't want to mention the country precisely, although I know we know the country. I just don't want to mention the country precisely. So whenever the Europeans have visitors or whenever they have guests, tell her to start dancing, shaking the yansh, shaking the backside. But then, by this girl passed through serious health conditions, because she is always naked. I'm 100% sure she's going to be prone to pneumonia. She will be prone to asthma, to severe cold. I don't know what that thing is, but the ones I can say from cold is what I'm just saying. Asthma, pneumonia, severe cold, cough, constant cough and catarrh, flu and all. So she was used as a means of entertainment then, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for her herself, because she was doing things against her own will, against her own wish, against what she wanted. Now listen, she died in 1815 in Paris, meaning she was taken from England down to France. For what? Just for entertainment purpose also. So she died in 1815 in Paris. And I can guess how old she was when she died. She was 25 years old when she died. She was 25 years old when she died.
Her name was Sarah Baartman. She was born in South Africa in the late 70s. She was a daughter, a sister, a young woman from the Khoi people, but the world didn't see her as a person. They saw her body. They saw her body and they put her on display like an animal. She was a teenager. Sarah was taken to Europe under false promise. She was told she would become famous. She was told she would work as a performer to earn money. But when she arrived in London in 1810, she was paraded in a cage. She was naked. She was humiliated. Why? Because she had a large backside. Something the colonizer saw as exotic, as savage, as freakish. They dissected her. They preserved her skeletal system. They put her genitals and her brain in jars and displayed her body. For over 150 years, Sarah Baartman's body was on display, and she became a symbol of the Europeans' cruelty. In 1994, after years of petitioning, Nelson Mandela demanded her return. And finally, in 2002, which happens to be 187 years after her death, Sarah Baartman's remains were brought home to South Africa. She was buried with honor. She was buried with dignity. She was buried with silence.
So after whenever I think about what you've done to Africans, don't let me talk. Sarah was not a freak. She was not an exhibit. She was a woman. She was a woman with hope. She was a woman with culture. And she was a woman with pain. But the truth is, the world turned her into a joke. The world turned her into a trophy. The world turned her into a mocking stock. The world turned her into a toy, into a means of entertainment. Well, today we remember Sarah. Remember what the Europeans did to her. And we remember how Nelson Mandela fought to bring her back. This is a story that can never be forgotten.